So hey, how's it going, guys? You're on the back of the bus with Upskirt Kurt, also Big Mountain Rider. This is installment number 3 of From the Back of the Bus, and thankfully we are on a Concord one going north. It's an extended version. We're actually going up to Lincoln to get the fuck out of Manchester, because I don't know if any of y'all out there know Manchester, New Hampshire at all, but there are some seriously significant problems down there. I've been part of the homeless community for the past 5 years, and in that time, I have raised from the ashes, just to be bitch slapped back down again by Manchester Police Department multiple times. I have interacted with different places, the police forces, and Manchester has a serious alternative agenda for people, unfortunately, especially people in my situation, where they've no longer become peacekeepers, and they are, well, let's just say, soul stealers. I know a numerous amount of people that have come away from their homes to go to New Hampshire on vacation, and they get stuck on probation. So, pretty fucked up, but sad, true story. Anyway, normally I'd have my sidekick, my host, or side co-host, the future Mrs. Tremblay, but she's dating the girls right now, making sure they all stay hydrated so that we all can stay hydrated. But that's a whole different story. But she'll be with me later on this week for installment number 4. So basically, this podcast is more or less about finding people that are in the same situation, or just random ass people that don't mind shooting shit and sharing their opinion and thoughts on these ideas and things that we can change the way that we're doing things, the way that things have been. I'm coming from Manchester, New Hampshire. I've been sleeping in a tent for 5. This will be my 5th winter outside, and I'm spending this 5th winter outside up in Loon Mountain, because why the fuck not? I shred like a motherfucker, and it's one of the 3 things I'm good at. I'll tell you the other 2 later, but you're gonna have to figure them out as we go along. Those of you out there that do know me already know who they are, and any man that won't go down on their woman should be fucking shot and killed, because it's a weak person with weak genes. They need to produce. Well, you ain't gonna go down on your woman, I can steal her from you, I guarantee that, but I already got myself a lady, so yeah. Anyway, so let's get back to the task at hand. It is October 12th, I want to say, maybe the 13th. No, it's the 13th, and I'm guessing we should have our first inch of snowfall up where I'm at long before Manchester, but I want to take in polls, and whoever ends up getting it straight on is going to end up getting a Loon Mountain baseball cap. Subscribe, put your comments below, let me know what y'all think, and whoever gets the closest with the first post, the first 3 people that come up close, first person gets a hat. The other 2 folks will get a Loon Mountain shirt. Anyway, yeah, so that's the real winner there. Anyway, so that being said, I actually have been staying out in a tent the past 4 winters, and you definitely find certain ways that you can do different things to make yourself warmer when the snowfall comes, the temperatures drop. Me personally, I'm partial to the Coleman stoves. Not everybody wants to get that shit because they're dangerous, it's open flame. If you are respectful of your surrounding, such as having a good clean tent, putting your flame up right, sleeping away from it, there's no reason why it's an issue. I've actually been lit on fire before my tent twice by other people coming in and setting it ablaze with said propane canister, the Coleman stovetop, and one where somebody was fucked up and knocked it over and lit my tent on fire. And these things do happen, but again, common sense is far from common, and if you can use good common sense, you got a good head on your shoulders, there's no reason why you can't have that. I found that I have like this mental issue where I need to have myself surrounded with shit. If you look at, I got my guitar in my bag, I can let fire camp with me right now, and we're on the back. But if you were to see any of my old campsites, they're pretty cluttered. That being said, there was an issue towards I used to own a house. I used to have a tattoo shop in the garage in my basement, 12 snowboards, 9 or 10 guns, whole basement full of tools, 2 boats, 4 cars, and 2 bikes, and losing all that shit definitely does put you in a weird mental status. And then to lose your, family on top of that kind of does, make you do some weird shit. So, I figured if I surrounded myself with shit that I'd be more level-headed and be alright, and maybe I'll bounce back. But the things you own end up owning you. It was only until I lost everything that I was free to do anything. Oh yeah, thanks Ashley. Anyway, no, but that statement is very true. The past 2 years, I've been trying to make my ex-wife see the worth in me, wherein I have no monetary value because I still have a lot to offer, and so doesn't she. Everyone, including our children, including strangers. But the sad part is when you do get sucked into that bubble, it's very hard to see anything else. You get a tunnel vision. And I finally was able to bounce back and say, fuck that bitch, because straight up, if I'm not worth it to her with nothing, then she's not going to be driving around in my Mercedes, sitting in a hot tub up at Loon Mountain with me, like Miss Landon will be. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Well, that's a person that honestly saw value in me when I had nothing to offer but a lighter. And straight from the gate, I personally do believe in love at first sight. My opinion is and was the situation for that, but legitimately had nothing to offer this person except for myself, love, and any knowledge that I had, and she took me in and loved me as though I was a millionaire, because she likes me for me. Yeah, we're gonna fucking throw that song too in the, we'll have a link or something up for it, but really good 90s song. I'm a product of the 90s, and yeah, so that's something we're gonna do too. We're gonna put songs out here that either flashbacks, different days and shit. We're gonna figure it out. I mean, dude, still, this podcast is completely in its infancy. From the back of the bus, man, and this is actually the first time it's been from the back of the bus. So we interviewed Colm, and I really hate to say this, but I can't remember the other dude's name. Started with a D. 2 very nice guys from Springfield. Colm himself does have a podcast as well. I'm going to put a link for that in here as well. Very interesting folk. You can also go back and listen to the first podcast I put on here. We actually spent an hour at the Highland Games on the back of the bus with bagpipes blowing and just getting drunk, talking about all the things we talk about. And if y'all don't like it, fuck you, it ain't for you, so turn it off. But if you do, stick around, it gets interesting. And once the snow season gets going up, ramped up, we're also going to be giving away free passes to Loon Mountain. We're going to have shit, little quizzes or whatever, but there'll be shit on here where you can win that or whatever. Also, we're going to be building a yurt starting this week, so we're going to do a little bit of recording on that. We're going to do a little bit of talking on that. It's going to be pretty sweet because it's all going to be solar powered, and we're also going to have a hot tub in it, one of those blow up inflatable ones or whatever, for like $3. The only problem is getting the water up the mountain, because we're going to kind of have to do it in a low key, discreet area, but hopefully at the end of the season, once I move on, it can kind of be my gift to the hiker, the poacher. Long live the poacher. You believe that there's still 4 mountains out there that will not let snowboarders on it just because they're so stuck up in their fucking ways. See, I mean, that's the problem. People like that say, we gotta keep this group of people over there because of that, and we can't let them join our reindeer games because we're prejudiced or racist against those types of people, or that kind of person, such as colored folk on the mountain, or on a golf course, or snowboarders on a mountain, or hell, I'm bisexual, dude. I rock both tips, thanks to Jeremy Jones. Coming out with the Jones board, the split board, which I'm actually looking into. Some of the local shops up around Lincoln were nice enough to let me kind of fuck around with it a little bit, see how it's put together, see how we'd have to switch it out, but that Jones name ain't cheap, and but beautiful board, especially with all the shit I've seen that guy done. I grew up watching Jeremy Jones, both of them, to be honest with you, the real guy and the big mountain shredder, but there can only be one, the big mountain rider. Even though there are many, there's only one, and that's me. We haven't had any big mountain riding yet because, well, let's put it this way. The longboard I'm riding right now, I catch wheel bite and start flying out of the air all the time because some douchebag was flying through the parking lot at the liquor store in Manchester, fucking crunched the nose of my board. So now, every time we take a sharp turn, we do catch that wheel, so now I'm riding with my tail out front. But that's another thing, I'll show you the mod that I did on the board, because it actually does work very well considering that. I still can do the S-ing and the carving and the real hard power slides and whatnot. It's just a little tricky because you do, going down the road the other day, I found this nice line where it was all pretty much downhill. Not steep, but it's like a green street trail, if you will. And I just literally turned onto a street. A good song came on, and just went for a real hard carve, just started dancing, and then whoop. I'm like, where'd that come from? And no rock, no nothing. It was just a wheel bite. So, we'll also teach you how to avoid that shit. I'm going to be having some e-boards come in too. Kind of looking at the Blackfire Hammer. There's numerous boards out there that I'm actually interested in trying. And I'm actually about to throw my hat into the one-wheel ring. I've seen a lot of videos of those things. And my buddy Seamus, the almighty, the ox of potatoes, Mr. Potato. I'll tell you that, Mr. Potato. He was talking shit about it, I forget why, but, having been a skateboarder basically my whole life, and snowboarding, the last 20 years, it's saved my life. 20 years ago, this kid, Seamus, I call him Potato, also Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he totally showed me the way up the mountain. But anyway, he gave this junkie a shot at a good time because I guess I was hardcore enough, he said. And he knew I could take a beating, so he brought me up to the mountain. And I wore 3 pairs of jeans, a nice big old scratched up pair of aviators, and 4 hoodies. I think I wore my Poison the Well hoodie on the outside. I going and we were like skeletons and potatoes, what the fuck is it, gorilla suits and whatnot on the mountain. And that first day, man, I had a sheet of ice from like my shoulders all the way down to my kneecaps, and almost falling off the lift getting on it just because it was so slippery. But he was impressed. By the end of the day, we got to the mountain. He goes, "So what do you want to do?" I said, "Go to the top, right?" He's like, "Yeah, but you don't know how to do this." I said, "Well, why are we here if I can go to the top?" So, just little shit like that. I'm going to be teaching the future wife how to snowboard this year, and that's something y'all can get in on too. She actually wants to be a camera girl, so I literally bowed down and we're not worthy, because anybody that wants to waste their time following me around with a camera and trying to have a good time, I'm grateful for. But we'll see how she does. I know she's fragile, but she's pretty hardcore. You got this thing about women that smash guitars over my head, and yeah, she totally smashed a guitar over my head. So that's why I think she's the one. But still had that guitar too until some little piece of shit from Texas fucking wanted to get rid of it because he's a lonely, selfish, narcissistic manipulator that let's just say if he wasn't a distributor of black market products, he wouldn't have a single friend. And basically that's why I was his friend. It's pretty shitty to say, but when you're homeless and somebody comes to your camp and steals your shit, plays it off like it was somebody else, especially things that were for your kids. Those kind of people. Who the fuck needs enemies with friends like that, you know? But anyway, it's the past. You'll get his too. Karma's a fucking cold hard bitch. Even though I've seen her ice cold dick killer. Mr. Nimbus. Anyway. Also, I want to know people's thoughts, dude. Rick and Morty season 5. Now, me and the beautiful Miss Landon have been arguing about. She thinks it was a pretty shitty season. Now, I'll agree, but the first 2 episodes and the last 3 episodes, fucking hands down classic. I love that shit, Rick and Morty. But somebody hunt me. Why was he in a capsule? Jerry. The Chet episode was pretty good too. It was funny, but it was very true. It was a little. I don't even understand how this shit was on TV. I don't get it. You can't say balls, but you can say ball on TV. But yeah, you can have giant sperm going around killing everybody. The Amazing Jonathan ripping somebody's heart out. Thank you, Coke. Drinking brand name sodas again. And I actually got a job working for Price Chopper. And I hate to talk shit, but it's just my opinion. Don't you dare waste your money on a Price Chopper Cola if you like Coca-Cola. If you're a Pepsi person, go for it, because I think it's like a shitty Pepsi. Like, remember how RC Cola? I actually kind of liked RC Cola, but it tastes like a really flat, shitty RC Cola. So stay away from that. But Market Basket Ginger Ale and Cola and Hannaford's, dude, all their fucking Hannaford brand shit kicks ass. And I was actually a manager there for 4.5 years. Worked there for 9. They're a good company. They'll treat you right. They'll do you good. But you can only suck so much of that corporate dick until you just have to literally snap, get the fuck out of Dodge. Anyway, back to the mountain shit. So I haven't seen any real wildlife yet. Heard something get got the other day at night. It scared the shit out of me. So I just went and got my 12 gauge, just to be safe. Not that I want to hurt anybody or hurt anything, because that's not what I'm about, dude. I am pro-life. Not Not that if somebody wants to get an abortion, dude, go for it if that's your choice. But if it's going to be a bear trying to eat me, let's just say I got something for that bear. Although, rather not, I'm just going to try and scare the son of a bitch off because I really, again, don't want to hurt him. Put a nice bear blanket with some fucking bear burgers would be really nice. Anyway, also just ended up getting the Samsung A12. It is a pretty badass phone. I got a 100% waterproof case too. So we're going to be going to Upper Falls and hitting up a couple hot tubs and shit, playing around with the water feature. Let y'all know how I think. Oh man, we're looking like we're in for some weather. Thank God I got a bunch of clean clothes, dry clothes, and I got myself another tarp. So the way I'm going to build this yurt is going to be 100% ghetto ass. I'm going to be like bear Grylls, less shrouded, where literally I'm going to use shit that I find around the environment to make it, and shit that I have stored up, which isn't very less shroud, but I got a couple old rain flies, a few tarps, and the first version of this yurt, which is again just going to be to get me through the winter. The beautiful and talented Miss Lannon, what we're going to be doing is I have a family member with some land, and I'm going to talk to them about building out there. Grab an excavator, go over there, dig down with a well. Hopefully the Lenfests will help me out with that a little bit, along with Belco Landscaping. Shout out to my boys down in Salem. Taught me everything I know about retaining walls and using heavy machinery such as lulls and excavators, L8000 dump trucks, skid steers, all that bullshit, how to fix them. I basically learned how to fix them by hands-on, but I had no idea how to operate them, read a laser. That whole penny shit still fucks with me, but beep, 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 beep. Yeah, still hear that beeping noise in my sleep, fucking 5 years later. But if it wasn't for Mark Lenfest, I have no idea how to use a laser like that. It's confusing when you're used to doing framing and sheetrock all the time, and you just come to these little guys offset with the penny and the 3-point, crazy shit. But the numbers work, and that's how you end up with infrastructure, I guess. But, so once the winter's over, we're going to go see that family member, hopefully go out on their land. Let's see, what I want to do first is, instead of digging down and digging a well, I actually want to get 2 old oil tanks. Also, you've got those big ass drums you can use that you see on construction sites for water. I figure we can use a old oil tank for our gray water and our wastewater. Also, after we build the yurt, we're going to be building a tiny house. I really don't want to build the trailer first time around, but very may well be doing so, depending on whether or not we have welding machine, welding, and it's fun. I still got my paint guns. We're gonna need compressors and parts, but it's much easier to just buy a trailer.
Restrooms and vending machines inside the terminal. Just don't wander off too far. We'll leave in a few minutes at 9:40. Once again, this is concrete.
That gives us 7 minutes to smoke the butt. So, fortunately for me, I still smoke. I don't think I'm ever going to stop. The beautiful and talented Miss Landon. Is trying to quit, trying to get me to quit. And, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but she's a vegan, and thank God, because let me just tell you, their diet makes me riot. Let's just say, lot of spot on shit about food, diet, and whatnot, and I feel myself getting healthier with she's having to do. Also do have her to thank for my sobriety as well. But we're gonna take a break here. We're gonna get off the bus and totally roast that butt. You know, unfortunately it is what it is. But I'll go take this roast. And again, I'm gonna push another one until later on when we start building out the gear. And when we do that, I'll have a speed frame video up as well, just to show you how, we're building it the way we are. And, it's going to be pretty interesting. She's never built anything like that, and I got myself a trench shovel. So, yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to see if I can talk to the driver real quick, see if I can get a snapshot of him.
It's up to you.
Thanks for driving us out here. Hey man, what was your name again? Nick?
Yep.
Nick, I'm actually doing a podcast right now called From the Back of the Bus.
What's that?
I'm actually doing a podcast right now called From the Back of the Bus.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you would just thank you for driving us up here, man. Our safety is in your hands.
Thanks for buying a ticket and for going with us.
Dude, you're helping us get away, helping us get up back in the mountains.
Escape to the real country.
For real. So thank you. Yeah. Let's find out if he's okay with it. A lot of people are. I know you're out here trying to stretch and whatnot, but do you mind if I stole 2 minutes of your time to ask you a couple things, man? If that's okay?
I was actually going to eat my lunch.
You're gonna eat your lunch, man. This is your time, brother. What are you having for lunch? What are you having for lunch?
Peanut butter and jelly.
What kind of jelly now?
I don't know what's on this one. It's like blueberry.
Nice. Me, myself, I'm partial to the apple, but you know what? I'm going to shut up, get back to these folk, and let you enjoy your lunch, man. But thanks again. Dude, we're safe because of you, man. I used to drive for Mass DOT, so I know how it is, you know what I mean? I actually used to work on big machinery down in Dorchester and Roxbury, and I would plow the loop connector for, from Lowell, Mass, all the way to 93.
Wow, that's crazy.
And the first season I did it, I was driving an L8000 dump truck. No idea that I needed a CDLB. My boss goes, well, you've been working on it, you've been driving it all summer, so go ahead, just do it. And I said, okay, cool. And one of the guys goes, so where'd you get your CDL license? Who'd you study under? I said, my what? But anyway, so thanks again. Enjoy your lunch, brother. Yeah, true story. I'm not going to say the company, but really good guy, taught me some stuff. Had the balls to trust this guy. No prior paperwork, no nothing, just backyard mechanics, dude, to work on his L8000 dump truck from 86 or 88, I don't remember. But, I've been wrenching on bikes since I was bicycles since I was a kid, but then I started out, my first brake job I did, it was on a Chevy Blazer. I was 12 years old, and from there I was off and running, dude. Real good guy, was having some problems, but still wants to get up in the woods with me. I already told him to get up here, but his name's Jake Covey. Legit, my blood brother. And not like in the sense of moms and dads, in the sense of like old school, like, let's be blood brothers. And I smashed a 40 bottle fuck one of them like I was in the stab, just playing around, and it cut my thumb wide open. I was like, shit, dude. Well, hey, you want to become blood brothers? Literally took a safety pin, cut his fucking hand open until he was bleeding. And that was, I was 15 in high school. And dude taught me how to do transmission jobs, taught me how to do struts, stupid little taboo jobs that I didn't really know how to do. Backyard mechanics, man. Again, if it wasn't for him, I would have spent a fuck ton of money on repairs, tools, because I didn't know you could rent a tool at the time. You still can. There's a lot of tools out there you need for certain cars, like a strut compressor, or even like Mini Coopers are BMW cars, and they have different tools that you need to rent just to do the brakes alone. But yeah, if it wasn't for Mark Lenfest, I never would have worked on hydraulic machinery such as excavators, bobcats, skid steers, same fucking thing, just a different name. I learned how to do paving, retaining walls, grade, getting around one of them earth movers is really badass. Anyway, I think we'll see you again in Tilton, maybe Plymouth. But I'm not going to get off the bus to understand you, but we're going to go take a piss inside the bathroom, check it out real quick, and pause this. And then y'all see the kids. Miss Lamb would have been talking to me. But anyway, we're going to get back on here and keep it going from the back of the bus.
You staying out here for another minute?
Yeah, I'll stick with you, man. Yeah, so anyway, the whole idea for this whole back of the bus idea was just getting people's insight on what they think of the homeless community, what they know about drug use. Me personally, I actually want to completely reinvent rehabs because nothing against those 12-step programs, nothing against those rehabs they have. Barnum has a really good one for certain people. Again, for certain mindsets, like myself. Look at the fucking headphones, man. I need my music. My ex-wife, I love Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson. I fucking love that man. He actually made me want to become, an astrophysicist, because of the shit that, watch the cosmos. Carl Sagan's, I've never actually seen his, but he was inspired by Carl Sagan and actually met him. And I was inspired by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And they locked us out. He's just in there taking a piss.
Take a piss?
Right? So, if it wasn't for, Carl Sagan, we never would have had the cosmos. Never would have had, Neil deGrasse Tyson making learning fun. Because, I